Speaking of Gavin related, people were sending over to Compound. There was some kind of interview compilation from one of those porn expos or whatever, and your super number one fan, Michael Gavin, is in like almost all. Yeah, he's in all the compilations. Yeah, it's really creepy.
Is it on Twitter? Is it something I can show?
Let me see if I can find the link. I'll send it over to you. But yeah, so somebody sent it over to Compound on I think on Friday, and every time they were doing these interviews, the cut, every other cut was just Michael saying the dumbest shit, like the most creepy Michael-ish kind of thing.
Yeah, it's bad. You don't want to be seen at every one of these conventions. Like if you want to go to like one a year, okay, but don't go to XBiz and AVN and Exotica.
Those are his
like that other kid you have on the wet spot all the time.
Oh my God, Ian! Don't.
I always forget his name. Who is it? I'm sorry.
Marshall. Ian Marshall.
Wow.
All right. How can I describe Ian Marshall in a nutshell?
Frightening.
I mean, a lot of our super fans are people who clearly like live in Manhattan or they live close by because they live with their parents. They're just people with nothing to do, a lot of time on their hands. So Ian lives at home still. Like clearly he probably his parents have money because they live in Manhattan, but he lies to his mother about where he is, and he comes and he'll only show up to watch if I have an adult film star on. He won't say hi. He won't be like a good, gracious guest where he'll like, our frequent guests sometimes bring some Trulies. They bring anything, something. Like they don't show up empty-handed. Like I'm old school that way. Like just bring something.
It's like going to somebody's house. You bring an Entenmann coffee cake,
yes. Like you're here literally.
Now I want an Entenmann, you asshole.
There's going to be wild stuff happening. Like just, really I'm just basically saying, bring me Trulies. No, not for me. Just in general, like cookies, whatever. So he constantly shows up empty-handed. He rarely says hello. He just beelines, and I go up. Sure enough, like if I have a lineup with like a lot of girls, I'm like, I know Ian's here. He'll blow in. And actually, the last time he was here, the girl that he was here to see, I think it was Holly Hendricks. She was running late, so I saw Ian literally grabbing his coat to leave because he thought Holly was gonna be a no-show. We all thought she was gonna be a no-show. And I said, Ian, get your ass back here! I see you sneaking out, you shallow a-hole. Like I was going off on him, and he's like, okay, because he's very autistic, like most of my biggest fans are. So I try to be gentle and kind, but I'm also really pissed that he's leaving because there's no adult film stars going to come on. I'm like, you have to stay and watch this show. He's like, oh, okay. And then sure enough, Holly blows in late. No pun intended. She comes in, and then one thing led to another, and he ended up getting to eat her ass. And you know what? That wouldn't have happened without me. And this guy at the end, he's like, no eye contact. He's like, thanks. He's pissing me off because, and then he'll hang and he creeps the girls out, which I've gotten better at like tard wrangling him. I'll be like, no, go back to your seat. Go back. That's quite enough.
Wait, at what wrangling him?
Tard wrangling.
I've never heard that before.
What? Are you kidding me? I say that like 100 times a day.
No.
You never heard the term tard wrangling?
I haven't either, but that's hilarious.
I want to know.
I feel like people say it behind my back a lot. I feel like it's being said behind my back.
I'm like picturing Chrissie as a sheepdog just running around the field.
Those of us who have never heard the term tard wrangling, we are the ones being tard wrangled.
Because there's no appreciation from him, and I know that's due to autism, but I just don't like, he'll sort of linger before it's Sullivan's, and then as soon as we're done, he beelines to the girl, and he goes, oh, do you want to see my nudes? And he's just like, because he's thinking that he's about to get scouted for like a twink role, like he'll go to these like 3-ways and like these events and stuff. He thinks he looks amazing. Like
that all sounds exhausting, by the way.
Yeah.
I wish he had a fraction of the confidence that this kid has. He has a very below average body. He's never seen the inside of a gym. He's like this bean pole. He looks like a wax bean with glasses.
Yeah. He's pasty and
he's constantly anything to take his dick out. Like he's someone that like it could be very easy to take advantage of the poor kid because he's very gullible. He's like anything for attention, anything to like get famous or get casting couched or whatever. Like
one of those.
Yeah, he's constantly showing girls like nude photos. Oh, look at me! Oh, if you ever need somebody, and it's like, no, you are never.
No. I've never gotten a dick pic. Have you guys all gotten dick pics? Like without
I'll send you
unsolicited
some of
dick pics?
mine.
I sent one to Mary.
Well,
Yeah.
He doesn't tell his mother where he's going. He'll tell her that he's at a book club. He's seeing a movie. He's running out of excuses, and he's running out of books.
He's running out of books. Is he the one from one of your first ever episodes or early episodes? Was he the one that's in the credits that gets wrapped in cellophane?
No, that was a different guy. That is when
what a relief.
Dahlia Rain brought in like a sub, and he was like, "It's okay, you can step on my balls." I was like, "I cannot do that. There's something like deep inside me that will not allow me to step on balls." And then the girl walks over and she starts like just pushing her high heel into the back. I was like, "Ah, no!" I'm like, "There's babies in there. Be careful."
Oh my.
That was a while ago. We haven't had anything that crazy in a while. I mean, except for the ass eating. But
so he ate ass. I mean, you say he ate ass.
He did.
When you just said that, I was.
I was trying to set up
say that correctly?
My friend Cecil for that because Cecil was sitting next to him and Ian was just in the studio audience, and Cecil balked. Cecil was like, I don't know. She's like, "You can eat my ass," to Cecil. And then he's like, "I'll do it," and he hand up, and he was halfway across the studio before anybody could blink. I was like, "Man, this kid moves fast."
Yeah.
Anyway, you owe me, Ian. I know you'll never watch this, but
like the alien in the first one.
Oh yeah, Nick Farrell, Geno, F, Mary. K.
I'm not going to say who I'd K.
Chrissy, Aaron, Frankie.
But obviously, I'd K the X. I'd bang Frankie. he wouldn't tell anyone, and then I'd have to like get some common law thing before you and Frank get married, whenever that is. So yeah, there you go. Actually, I might have to marry Frankie.
Oh, better not kill me. All right.
Yeah, I can't. No, we know who gets the K. By the way, tell Cecil if you talk. Tell Cecil to come by Tuesday if you chat with him.
You don't have.
He's a fun drink. I don't.
I think I've sent it to you 100.
You know what? I probably have. He's probably given it to me before, but we're always drunk at Sullivan's after the wet spot, and we're always doing shots like, "Oh, we gotta hang out more." He's great. He's a fun drunk too.
I've come to understand Erock's point of view on this, and correct me if I'm wrong, Erock. Like you just don't, and I see that when I see the occasional. Most of them are very gracious, appreciative, don't overstay. Respectful of the girls, but I do see Erock's point when I do get an occasional like creeper, and I used to think that Erock's stance on fans was too harsh, and then of course my my wallet got rifled through and I was robbed in the middle.
How did that happen, Geno?
I didn't let her in. I got there after her, but I won't fight the narrative.
Her some drinks.
I will tell you, this is where I certainly fucked up because I got there late and she's sitting on the couch and I'm friendly, you know. I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" She's like, "Oh, I'm on the show tonight," and that's where I fucked up because it was you know, it was like 8:30 back when it started at 8. I'm like, no one fucking. And Chrissy, I should have heard Chrissy in my head saying, "Yes, so you come on at 8:30." No, that's when I should have said, "What?" That's where we fucked up. Me being me and the mouse in my pocket.
It was us trying to not make certain associations of certain people of a certain look. We were trying to be bigger than that. But after that instance,
bigger, she said, than that.
That we are supposed to judge people. Especially in New York City.
And she turned out to be she turned out to be the bigger person. Never mind.
He was
quite the bigger person.
Say it a few more times, maybe it'll land.
They're all on it. Jimmy Carter, fuck you guys.
Anyway, I'm probably scaring the people that are unfamiliar with Compound Media, but it's a great network. It's fun.
It's fun.
There's Erock's show. There's Geno's show.
So did it.
There's Anthony Cumia's show. There's my show on Mondays.